So last year, OnePlus shook the smartphone industry by bringing a high refresh rate 90Hz display to a mainstream type of phone. We know all about the screen on the OnePlus 8 Pro already. It's going to be a very high-end panel from Samsung, one of the best screens you're going to get on a smartphone. But the Galaxy S20 series phones also have very high-end Samsung panels with 120Hz refresh rates. But you will also know already that Samsung actually limit the usage of those screens. If you want the high refresh rate, you have to use it in Full HD. You can't use Quad HD with the high refresh rate. It's also been clear for some time that OnePlus and also Oppo with their Find X2 Pro will allow the use of both 120Hz refresh rates and Quad HD resolution. However, it was speculated that even though Samsung does block this ability, it would actually be pretty easy to dive into the settings and change it manually. Well, a post today from Ice Universe tells a very different story, and it's not good news for those phones. According to him, and with information from Max Weinbach, it seems like Samsung have completely blocked the ability to change these settings. So there is no way that you can use 120Hz and Quad HD resolution on the S20 range. So this has therefore confirmed that OnePlus and also the Find X2 Pro from Oppo will be beating Samsung in that regard. In actual fact, I don't think this is a massive deal. I personally would use the high refresh rate with Full HD as a matter of choice anyway. I don't really need that extra resolution, and I don't think most people care too much about it either. But I am of the opinion that if you're spending over $1,000 for a smartphone, you should at least have the choice of whether you want to use it like that or not. So it looks like Samsung users that may want to use both the high refresh rate and the high resolution need to hope that down the line Samsung may activate this for a software update, which could be possible, but for right now, we just don't know. Whereas on the OnePlus side, we know for sure that we can do it. Recently, we also had this post online from OnePlus saying to expect something new, something different. There was a lot of speculation about what this could be. Some people were saying it could be a smartwatch or some new camera technologies. In fact, it was none of that. It was essentially some weird marketing stunt where they said they built some robots to throw snowballs and somehow you can control it with your phone. In any case, it tells us one thing, and that is they're trying to get in the news headlines because the OnePlus 8 series is coming. It's pretty close. In fact, some leaks online from multiple sources suggest it could be the second week of April for the OnePlus 8 series launch. So we can safely assume we've got about a month until the OnePlus 8 Pro launch, where we'll be getting that great screen, the new processor, but a question mark still over the camera setup. Even though Oppo may not be a big brand in your country, we can look to this early release to get some clues about what might be coming in the OnePlus 8 Pro. The Find X2 Pro will have a 67.8 degree curve on its screen. Oppo said they were influenced by the waterfall display, but decided to go against that. Pictures of the camera unit also officially unveiled by Oppo. We know the camera specs, we've seen previous leaks of this. You get a big main sensor, a good ultra-wide camera with a high resolution too, and that 5x zoom camera with the periscope. In my opinion, if OnePlus put this camera in the OnePlus 8 Pro, they'll be doing a good job. You need the software, yes, of course, and that is even more important than the hardware when it comes to smartphones. But for me, that hardware as a base is a really good starting point. Oppo are also apparently working on much faster wireless charging. The next version of the Reno Ace is supposedly testing right now. The Reno Ace itself brought us 65 watt wire charging, the fastest spec in the industry. The second version looks to build on that, possibly with 40 watt or more fast wireless charging. We've seen Xiaomi this week show off their 40 watt wireless charging, and Oppo actually as a company are a little bit ahead of Xiaomi with these charging speeds and specs, so I'm excited to see what they can give us in terms of wireless charging speeds in their next phone. The Find X2 Pro from Oppo is tipped to get 30 watt wireless charging, which is a really good spec. The OnePlus 8 Pro also tipped to get wireless charging for the first time this year, could also be using that 30 watt charging too. Subscribe for all the latest tech news and videos. That's it for now, but I'll see you in the next one.